Ma'am,
Yes.
actually, I'm also one I can't be writing the notes to
Okay, keep. No problem. No problem.
you.
Ma'am, actually for the Wise app, ma'am, when I was trying to log in or something, it was not working, ma'am.
No, it will not work. It will not work. It has actually like the license has been expired now, so it won't be
Ma'am,
working anything.
what about last week's exam, ma'am? The tissues exam that we had written.
Nanika, only you have written. No one else has written that exam actually. No one else.
Ma'am, how much did I get, ma'am? Do you know it?
No, exactly. I did not check the paper, so I cannot say, how much you have got.
Okay, ma'am. Because like I
Ma'am,
was trying
which
to log
chapter?
in the other day to know how much I got, but I was not able to see.
No, no, you will not be because Visa will not be working. That is the reason we will be stopping,
Ma'am.
completely. Yeah, tell
Ma'am,
me, Srivatsa.
which chapter will you teach today?
We will be doing the chapter cell revision. We will be starting. The children
Good.
turn on your video now. Everybody should turn on the video. I can see Hansini and I can see Srivatsa. What about the others? Okay, so
Yes, yes, sir.
when we talk about the chapter cell, like it is a major chapter of the grade 9, which is a base for the grade 10 as well. Uh, cell is nothing but is basically like fundamental structural unit of life. Now, why do we call it as a structural functional unit of life? It is because the base of our body will be created through that. If there is no cell, then no formation of the organism, right? So everything is coming from the cell. Like if I say Shrivatsa, his name is Shrivatsa. So if the S letter is not there, we cannot call the name, right? Shrivatsa. So S letter is important to call out their name. Same way, the if we have to talk about the organism, for them, what is important? That particular cell. So with the help of one cell, the whole body of that person, of that organism will be created. Now, this cell is made up of what? This cell has some components, or it is like everything is like depend on the cell only.
Ma'am, a cell has multiple components, ma'am, but the main components of the cell are cytoplasm, cell membrane, and nucleus.
Okay. So cell is actually themselves, it has many different components, which is the nucleus is one of them, which is the major one, which controls the cell, in fact. And then apart from that, there is a cytoplasm also and the cell membrane also. But that can be different depending upon the organism to organism. In the case of the, just a minute. Hmm. That completely depends upon the organism to organism. We have two types of the organism, unicellular and the multicellular. When we talk about the unicellular organism, they are made up of only one cell. But when we talk about multicellular, they are made up of more than one cell. Apart from this, what else the difference of the unicellular, multicellular it is there? Any idea? Apart from this main difference, the number of cell, what else is the difference between the unicellular and multicellular? Yes, Kirtana, Sahiti, Yashoda, do you know what's the difference apart from this?
And the nucleus and the nuclear membrane is not clearly defined.
Where?
Like in the,
Any? Hmm?
I'm just thinking, it's like the
In the unicellular or in multicellular?
in the like only unicellular actually.
Correct. Very good, Srivatsa. So basically, in the unicellular, what happens? The nucleus or the nuclear membrane will not be clearly defined. But
Mm.
the other word we can use the prokaryotic for that. So prokaryotic organisms will not have the nucleus, so it is not clearly defined there. The main difference, apart from this number of cell, it is about the division of labor, the work, how it is like, since in the unicellular only one cell is there, the work cannot be divided, right? That one cell has to do every task. Whereas in the multicellular, the division of labor will be there. So different cells are there, they will divide the work, and then they will be doing. Like, for example, now if I have this class, in this class, if I divide ourselves into three groups. So in my group, Yashoda is there, Srivatsa is there. That is first group. Then second group, Hansini, Nayanika, and Kirtana. And third group, Priyamvada and Sahiti. Now what happened? I told that I am going to do the functioning of the RBC. So we are acting as like RBC. We will be doing the transportation of oxygen. Hansini and Nayanika, they are acting at WBC. They will be fighting against the infection. Kirtana, Priyamvada, and Sahiti, they are acting as a platelet. So they will be doing their own function, which is like blood clotting. So every cells of our body, they will combine. Different cells will have different cells will join with their own cells and then they do the function. So all the RBC cells, they will do one function. All the WBC cells, they will do one function. So that is what the division of labor is. So in the case of the multicellular organism, there will be the division of labor where they will divide the work among themselves. Fine. The next difference is that there is like reproduction will consume only one cell there. So if they have to, unicellular organism, if they have to undergo the reproduction, they will be using only that one cell. Whereas in the in the multicellular, what happened? They have the specialized cells, right? In the male, special cell is there. In the female, the special cell is there. So that is what they will be doing the work. They will be doing the functioning. So unicellular, only one cell will be there who will be doing the reproduction, whereas in multicellular, they have the different cells in the male and different cells in the female for doing the task. Then the next difference, in the unicellular, the lifespan is small. They do not have huge lifespan. They have small lifespan. They survive for a small time, so also short duration of time. Whereas in the multicellular, the lifespan is like long. The humans, like they can survive 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, they can survive. The cat, dog, rat, bat, they all can survive for the longer period of time. But in the case of unicellular, they will not be surviving for the more period of time. Fine. That these are the some of the differences between the unicellular and multicellular organism. Then we have discovery of cell. Who discovered the cell? Srivatsa, who discovered the cell?
I
Who
don't know.
discovered this? Robert
Yeah.
Hooke, okay. Robert Hooke, he
Mm.
discovered the cell in the year 1665. So basically, what happened? He was sitting under the tree, and under the tree, when he was sitting, he just took the bark part of the tree. Bark part means that will be like brown in color. From the trunk part, there will be the brown color bark, which he took it, under the microscope, but then he washed it. And what he was able to see, he was able to see small, small chamber-like structure. And those chamber, he gave the name as a kind of the cellula. Okay, cellula, which means what? It means the cell. So a little small room means cellula, which is nothing but the cell. Later on, they changed the name to the cell. So that is how the cell was discovered by the Robert Hooke in the year 1655. Now, he published his work also. Whatever the discovery he has done, he has published his book also in the. I'll just share my screen so that I can write the name of that book. Dylan, do you want me to write all these things or no? You can write it on your own. Yes,
Just
Sahiti,
revision, right?
Hansini. Yeah, revision only.
All
Yes,
right, ma'am.
revision
Like,
only.
just
Fine.
revision are with it. We've already written this like what? We've written like half a book of work, ma'am.
Like
Correct,
extensively, we
correct.
have already discussed it. It's fine.
Ma'am, I just
Right.
joined.
So,
Now, could you explain what all happened till now?
we were just discussing about the unicellular and multicellular organism, and then we were discussing about the discovery of the cell, which were discovered by the Robert Hooke. And now we are going to write about his name of the book. So, name of the book, which is not given in your NCRT, that is the micro. My pen is not. Micrographia. This is important. This you can write the things which we have missed earlier. You can write those things at least. So, whatever discovery the Robert Hooke he has done that he has mentioned in the book called as a Micrographia in the year 1665. So in the year 1665, this book was published by him. Then what happened? The Robert Hooke discovery, whatever he did for the cell, it was basically for the dead cells. So he discovered the dead cells, not the living cell. And he was able to see like this, the small, small rooms like structure he was able to see. and that is what in the Latin it is called as cellula. So in the Latin, he has given the name as a cellula. But in the year, later on, in the year 1674, another scientist came whose name was Antony van Leeuwenhoek. What he did, he discovered the living cell. So Robert Hooke discovered the dead cell. The another scientist, Antony van Leeuwenhoek, he discovered the living cell. And from where he discovered the living cell? From the
Pond water.
pond water. So from the pond water, he discovered it. But what happened? Why the Robert Hooke was not able to discover it? It is because during his time, the microscope were not so invented. That is the reason he did not lead to the discovery of the living cell. But in the year 1674, he actually got the improved microscope, and because of that reason, he was able to study the living organism structure. Okay, in the year 1674. And then later on, in the year 1678, he discovered sperm. Antony van Leeuwenhoek only is a person who discovered the sperm in the year 1678, and he identified the sperm cells of humans, not only the humans, but yes, also he identified the sperm cells of the dogs, rabbits, the frogs, the fishes, and the insects also. So that things also were discovered by the Antony van Leeuwenhoek during the 1678 time. Am I clear with this? Yashoda, am I clear? Srivatsa, am I clear? Do you have any doubts, Srivatsa, Sahiti?
No, ma'am.
Yashoda, do you have any doubt? Yashoda? Am I audible, Yashoda?
Ma'am, it's not related to this, but in the test that we gave on this Sunday, I'm not able to open the Wise app. It's like showing
No,
that
it will
it's
not work. It will
expired.
not work. Yes, it will not work. The license has been expired. So WhatsApp, if you try also, it will not work.
Yeah, so how do we check our marks?
No, you cannot check that.
Oh,
So here, like this week onwards, we will be changing our platform. The subjective test will be on the Graphy only. Okay, your paper I have not uploaded, but once I'll upload the paper, you will be able to see on your dashboard itself. But you will not be able to open, and that paper will be only open like on Saturday evening at 5 p.m. And you can submit it there in the PDF format.
so on
So here
Graphy only.
on Graphy. So hereafter, you won't be sending the paper to me. You will be sending the paper there, and from there only the teachers will be checking subjective part, and objective part will let you know what need to be done. So
Now
okay,
you can
that
do a
was
similar thing like that, right? You can just post an objective paper there and we'll write the answers.
no, but that is like again then checking part will be there.
Ah, yeah.
So after the discovery of now the living cells, what happened? The another discovery was done by the scientist known as the Robert Brown. Robert Brown basically he was a Scottish botanist. He was a Scottish, oh sorry,
This was in
botanist spelling.
1831, right?
Yes, correct. In the year 1831, he discovered what? He discovered the nucleus. So Robert Brown was a scientist who discovered the nucleus in the year 1831. Then later, in between this part, what happened? There is another scientist in between 1787 and 1869. Another scientist came whose name was Purkinje. Purkinje basically, huh? Come again? Yes, living cells. But your voice is coming less actually, Keetana.
Living cells in a pond.
No, living cells in a pond. No. Purkinje is basically the protoplasm he discovered.
is Shelly ma'am coming back?
Can't say right now anything. Purkinje basically in the year 1839, he gave one word, one term he gave, which is called as protoplasm. So in the year 1839, the term protoplasm was given by him. Now, what does this protoplasm means? Protoplasm means it is the living fluid substance. It is the living fluid substance, and this protoplasm contain two things, cytoplasm and nucleus. So that is how we say that cytoplasm and nucleus are the living component of the cell. Fine. In the year 1839, protoplasm term was given by J.E. Purkinje. And what is protoplasm? It is a living fluid substance which contain the cytoplasm and nucleus. So if we are saying protoplasm it is living, then definitely the cytoplasm and the nucleus is also living. After this, the another discovery was there, which was actually in the year 1866, and it was by the scientist known as a Haeckel. Haeckel, he established that the nucleus was responsible for storing and transmitting the characteristics. So whatever the characteristics are there, which are getting transmitted from the parents to the children, that is because of this nucleus. So this was actually identified or established by the scientist known as the Haeckel.
Ma'am,
Yashoda, wait, tell me.
when who invented the living cell from a palm?
Anthony van Leeuwenhoek.
Ma'am?
Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. I have written here. Anthony van Leeuwenhoek.
Okay, ma'am.
Here you can see. This I have written here. The Living Cell from the Pond Water by Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. Yashoda, any doubt, Yashoda? You want me to go back?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Charan, do you have any doubt? Hansni,
No.
Charan. Fine. So 1866, Haeckel was a person who actually established, who got to know that whatever the characteristics which are transmitting from the parents to the children, that is because of the nucleus only. Now, at last, finally, after all these discoveries, once again, I'll just repeat this in a quick way. So, first discovery was first discovery was a dead cell by the Robert Hooke from the bark part of the tree. Then the living cell was discovered by Anthony van Leeuwenhoek from the pond water. Then he also discovered the sperm cells of the humans, dogs, and the rabbit. Then 1831, the nucleus was discovered by the Robert Brown. Then 1839, Purkinje he has given the word protoplasm, which is basically the cytoplasm and nucleus together. Then in the year 1866, Haeckel he discovered that nucleus is responsible for transmitting the characteristics. Finally, then after this, the cell theory was came into the scenario. Here, in the year 1830, cell
Two people.
come again?
It is like by two people, I think.
Correct. It was a two scientists were
Three
responsible
people,
for this.
right?
Two first, and then later the third one was
Then
added.
later, next year, the
Huh.
third one added.
This cell theory is very, very important for your grade 9 exam as well as future. So, cell theory in the year 1830, the first scientist who actually worked on that is the Jacob Matthias, Matthias, Jacob Matthias Schleiden. He was actually the German botanist. He was a German botanist. And what he actually proposed, he proposed the idea, he gave the idea that all plants consist of cells. All plants are made up of the cells. So this idea was given by him. But year later, after a year, which is like 1839, another scientist came. He joined the hand with another scientist, which is the Theodor Schwann. what he did, he was actually the German zoologist. So since he was a botanist, the Shelidan was a botanist, he told that all the plants are made up of cells. Then the next scientist, he was a zoologist. So what he said that all the animals are made up of what? Cells. But at the same time, he also mentioned that all the plants are also mentioned, or all the plants and animals both are made up of the cells. All animals and plants are made of cell. That is what he added into it. These two together are called as the cell theory. But later on, then, year 1855, another scientist came whose name was Arvicho. What he did, he added one more point to the previous theory, and he said that all cells arise from pre-existing cells. It means all cells, whatever are there, will be coming from the old cells only. Pre-existing cells means old cells only. So if new cells have to form, those new cells are forming from the old cells only. That is how the three scientists, three statement they have given. And all together then, these points were postulated. Postulates. Or we say it as a theory, or we say it as a key points. So all together, these key points then join together and they have given the certain points that all organisms are made up of what? They are made up of the cells. That is the first thing they mentioned, made up of cells. Second thing is like every organism starts its life as a single cell. So initially, every cell will be what? Will be single cell. They have to start their life, they will be starting their life from a single cell. And slowly and gradually, this will be number of the cell will be increased. But viruses were not coming under this category. So viruses were the exception of this theory, exception to the cell theory. So cell theory does not implement on the viruses because
Viruses are not
virus
living, right? They need a host
they
to
are
turn living.
correct. So viruses are basically the borderline. Why they are called as borderline? Because when they get into the body of the other person or the other living organism, then only they become living.
Yeah.
Then they are considered as a living. But when they are present outside without any body, without any living support and all,
They're
they are
dormant.
considered as a non-living. So that is the reason the viruses are not coming under this cell theory. And also they said that the cells are the structural and functional unit of life. Structure and functional units of life. And at last, the statement that all new cells will arise from pre-existing cell, will arise from pre-existing cells. So this cell theory is very, very important. All the 4 points are important. Also, organisms are made up of the cells. Every organism will start its life as a single cell, and then cells are the basic structural functional unit of the life. And last one, the cells arise from the new cells will arise from the
Mom, I'm not
pre-existing cell.
reading this because we already had written it in our long notes.
Okay, okay. So Yashoda and Srivatsa, do you have any doubt till here? Srivatsa, what about you? You have any doubt?
Little bit, but I can clear it. Mass.
No, you tell me what doubt you have.
So how are the cells structural and functional?
You mean to say why we are calling the cell as a structural and functional unit of life?
Yes.
See, Now, if I want to construct the home, okay, if I want to construct the home, I want to build the home, what do I need? What is the basic thing I need? Brick,
Like bricks,
correct? Bricks we need.
tiles also.
Fine. Bricks are the basic thing which we require to construct the home.
Yes.
Same way, if we need to build a human, in that case, what do we need? We need the cell. So if one cell is there, one single cell is there, through that single cell, slowly and gradually, what can happen? The whole body can be formed. The eyes, the nose, the ear, legs can be formed. That is how we say the cell as a structural basic unit of life. Basic means it is very, very important. Through the cell only, the whole body can be formed. Then structural, because with the help of cell only, we are getting the structure. I have two hands, you have two hands. Everybody here has two hands, right? That is what the structure, a
Yes, I
proper
understood.
framework we are getting. Fine. And functional, why we are calling it as functional? Because each and every cell, whatever is there in our body, will be doing the same role, right? If I have the nerve cell, they will be helping to transfer the messages. Same way in your body, whatever nerve cells are there, they will be doing the same function. So that is how the cells are called as a basic structural functional unit of life. Okay, Srivatsa, am I clear now?
Now I understood.
Okay. Then coming to the next one, it's about the um, microscope. So when we talk about the microscope, few parts you should know about it. Like suppose this is the microscope here. You might have seen in your school also like this, it will be somehow. Knobs will be there, three knobs will be there. Then here you will have the body also. Then somehow the stage will be there like this. So this is a rough structure basically. I'm just drawing it. So it will be like this. Okay, that how somehow it is like this. Okay. Now this part it is called as R. This part is called as the base. This part is called as the revolving nose piece. This part is called as the eyepiece. This part is called as the stage. And on the stage, there will be two pins like structure. Those are called as stage clips. Then,
Force adjustment, fine adjustment.
correct. Here, a kind of the structure will be like this, which is like here one or here one they will have. So this part is actually called as force adjustment, and this part is called as the fine adjustment. So these are some of the parts which are actually present in the adjustment. So in the microscope, these parts will be there. When we talk about the arm, which is this part, now arm means to hold something, right? The microscope will be holded by us through this arm only. So if you, when you were small, your mother used to hold your hand, right? Either they will be holding your finger or either they will be holding your hand, something like this. The arm part only they will be holding. Same way, the microscope also has a kind of the arm, which we will be using to hold it. So if you want to carry it from one place to another place, you will be using that arm part. That is what the function of the arm. Then this is what is the down part, which is called as the uh, base. So through this base, the whole body support will be there. Now, how do we have the legs, right? We have the legs. With the help of the legs only, we are able to stand upright. Same way, the base will be there, and with the help of the base, the whole body of the microscope is standing upright. Then this part is called as the stage. Stage is very, very important part of the microscope. Why? Because on the stage only we will be keeping the slides. So we will have the slides. One you might have seen, in your lab, slides will be there, glass slide will be there. This is called a slide. So in the slides also, there are the two types of it. Which are the, which are the, children, just give me a minute. Okay. So two types of slides are there, permanent and temporary. Generally, temporary slides we will be using when we want to do the experiment by ourselves. If we want to try something, if you want to see by ourselves, then we will be using the temporary. In the case of temporary, nothing will be there. It will be only the glass, plain glass will be there. And whatever thing we want to see it, we will be keeping it here. For example, if I want to see the blood cell, I will be taking the drop of blood cell and I will be keeping it here and I'll be watching it under the
We
microscope.
put a cover slip also, right?
Yeah, that is actually the complete experiment if you wanted to do it. Then in the case of the permanent, what will be there?
It's already
Already on
pre-prepared in a
that,
slip.
yes, already on that particular slide, there will be some cell maybe, or there may be, might be some structure might be already present there. So these are pre-prepared by the, you know, people. They are the laboratories and all. Those people, they will be preparing them and they will be using a covered slip and they will wax it. They will seal it so that whatever is present, whatever the organism or cell are there, they cannot come out. That is why they will be like how we are using the Fevikwik, Fevicol to paste something. Same way they will be using the wax to stick the organism or the cell to the slide. Now, temporary one we can wash it immediately after the use. Permanent one you can wash, but nothing wrong, nothing will happen. Nothing will go off from it. So you can keep it, you can wash it again, you can keep back to the place from wherever you have taken. So that is what the slide is. Then slides, now what happened? To keep the slides over the stage, we have two clips. Like you might have seen, the girls or the mothers, or like in your home, if you're the sisters, they will be using the clips for the hairs. The hairs will be flying here and there. So what do? They will be just putting the clips and then the hair does not fly. Same way, if you want that on your stage, the slide should be at a fixed place, then we will be using these clips so that the slide does not move here and there. Now, the slide does not have the legs. Moving means now I am asking Priyamvrada, you come and see the slide. She will be coming and seeing. By chance, she'll touch the microscope. And if she touch the microscope on the stage, the slide can get disturbed. Now then I ask Yashoda, Yashoda, you go and see. Then what happened? Again, same problem happened. Yashoda also has touched the microscope. Because of that, the slide has moved. Like this, every child will be coming one by one and seeing that particular organism or maybe the cell. So it might disturb the quality of the slide, or the slide might get moved. So because of that, we will be using the clip to hold the position of it. Then this is the revolving nose piece, which will be actually using to magnify the power of the object. So whatever the object you are seeing, you wanted to see, it's like a zoom kind of the thing. If you wanted to see like in the mobile phone, we have the pixels and all, right? Same way, if you want to see the things in a better way, you will be using the magnifying power. In the microscope, generally we have the 10x, we have the 15x, we have the 45x, we have the 30x. This is the least one which we use actually. Directly, we cannot go to 45 or 90x. X means here magnifying power. So directly we cannot go, if I want to see something, I cannot go directly into 90x because it affects our eyes. That power is so strong that our eyes can, get disturbed. Because of that, first we have to see that particular object under the 10x, then we can shift to the 15, then to the 30. So rarely we use 45 or the 90x. So everything will be visible in this 10 or 15 magnifying power itself. So that is what a revolving nose piece will be there. And one more thing here, you will have the mirror also at some place here. The mirror will be there, which help the light to pass through. And because of that, you will be able to see the object here over the eyepiece. So eyepiece will be helping to see the particular object. Then then the next one is a course adjustment. With the help of the course adjustment, what we will be doing, we will be using for the precise focusing. So if you want that something, have to be clear for you, so you will be precising it to see in a more clarity way. You will be using the coarse adjustment. Fine adjustment means some kind of the sharpness you want that, your object should get it. Sometimes you want that it should not have the sharpness. So that kind of the adjustment will be done through, like you in your mobile phone, you have the portrait mode. different modes are there nowadays in the mobile phone. Those features are here also, but not as much like advanced like the mobile phone. So coarse and the fine adjustment will make you to actually clarify the picture in a way however you want it to. Because every object or every organism or every cell will have the different kind of the features. Sometimes you need more, sometimes you need less kind of the fine adjustment. It depends upon cell to cell. So that's about the structure of the microscope. So any doubt, Nyanika, Sahiti, Priyamvada, Charan?
No, ma'am.
No, Hansni, Keetana, any doubt?
No, ma'am, no doubt.
Keetana, any doubt? Yashoda, any doubt now? Gagana,
No doubt.
Yashoda, any doubt? Srivatsa, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No doubts? So that's about the small topics what we have discussed today. And tomorrow onwards we will be revising. First two experiments we will be revising, and then we will be moving forward to the differences between the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. And also then we will be starting the structure of the cell, which is very important part. So entire chapter is important. So don't miss any class, children. It is not like you are joining today, tomorrow you are taking off. Don't do that. Join the class on time. Okay? Yashoda, be here, okay? And others can leave now.
Thank you.
Bye,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Bye, Shreya. Yashoda, Yanika, you can also leave. Shivatsa, you can also leave. Yes, Yashoda, can you turn on your can you turn on your video?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Wait, let me uh put it in meeting room. Okay. So Yashoda, are you able to understand now the maths? Yesterday's class, how it was?
Yes. Oh, the math. The thing is, it's just I don't know why, but like my mic is not working in the math class.
You mean over the graphy?
Like here, it's working perfect.
Over the graphy, you means. On the graphy platform, it does not work.
I don't know, like through the link I joined the math class or any through the chat, the official link, and then it just does not work there.
Are you connecting yourself to any kind of the headsets and all in your maths class?
I tried everything, it's just not
Mm.
working.
I think if you try to connect with the headset, it will not work. Without the headset, if you try to speak, then it will
No,
work.
I tried without the headset as well, but it didn't work.
You try without the headset, taking the class for the maths.
I did. It still doesn't
Then
work.
also, then in that case, you can do one thing. You can,
Yeah,
when you can just make a small video and you can send it to me. Like, you unmute yourself, you try to speak, and during that time, you make the video so that I can inform the technical team about it. Okay, and then they'll
okay.
solve this problem.
Okay.
And what about the
Sure.
bio? You are able to understand?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Fine.
But
In
then
case
I
like,
was kind of facing an issue in the first 10 minutes. I couldn't write what you said. So can you send like the
no,
first two slides?
okay. We generally actually discuss, about the unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular, where one made up of one cell. Multicellular, they will be made up of two cells, right? In the case of the unicellular, that one cell has to do every function, right? Be it the respiration, excretion, transportation, that they do not have any other option, so they only have to do it. Whereas in the multicellular,
Yeah.
what do they
And
do?
then the
They divide their work.
multicellular design. Yeah.
Yes, they divide their work. So that is called as division of labor. When they divide the work among themselves, that is called as division of labor. These things we have discussed in the starting minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So, and in any time, you require any extra classes for maths also, do inform me. I'll arrange it. Okay. When you have the exams, maybe, or when you wanted to practice extra, just inform me. You can message me. I'll arrange that.
Okay, ma'am,
Okay?
sure.
And keep smiling.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is the
And
very
then
important.
if the mic doesn't work, ma'am?
If mic does not work, you send me the video. I'll inform the technical team about that. Okay?
Yeah, if it doesn't work today as well, I will inform you. Yes.
Sure, sure. Okay, sure.
Bye,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.